deep in an underground secret Pacific Island lair, Pop Culture Minefield presents Saturday Morning Funtime. This is the Comic Relief Crusader telling you to get your morning cereal ready, because here we go.
Yeah, I love that thing. Anyway, happy Saturday. We're a little late today because running this. Well, it was last minute changes because Tom couldn't do this weekend, so we had to switch and we had to decide it like middle of the night. It was like I don't know what time it was. It was middle of the night. What show we're going to do today, and then Martin wasn't able to get stuff done in time, and it's not his fault. It's nobody's fault. It's just shit happens. So I told him not to worry about it, and that when the film strip is ready, slideshow is ready, we'll play it. But we'll be able to talk about some of this stuff. Keith is here. Keith.
Hey.
And,
how we doing?
Oddly, Anima is here today, which is nice because the show is, we made the show so late that it's cutting into what would be our personal time. So
yeah, also, I watched a movie today before Gary got up, and then I watched half of it again after he got up and decided to put it on. So why not?
We were watching it before the show started because I've not seen it in a long time, but I've seen it so many times. I love that movie. Blue Thunder is one of my favorite films. It was written by the co-writer of Alien,
Dan O'Bannon.
Dan O'Bannon, and he also co-wrote Total Recall. Same with Ron Shusett. And Ron Shusett and he were very good friends. When O'Bannon's wife kicked him out, he lived with Ron Shusett. And I used to be friends with Ron Shusett back in the 80s, and he's still alive. I need to reach out and find him because I'm hoping he remembers me. I don't know if he would or wouldn't, but he was such a nice guy. And he told me all these real cool stories, like how his wife would wash all the dishes before bed, but she would get up in the morning and there'd be more dishes in the sink. And she would forget that they had a it's funny because I get called a troll. They referred to O'Bannon as the basement troll, and O'Bannon pretty much penned, I think it was Alien, while they're there. No, it was Total Recall that he penned there in the basement, living there, and then he went off on his own, and Shusett kind of did the same thing because what was that movie with Anthony Hopkins and Emilio Estevez and Mick Jagger?
Oh, that was Free Jack.
Free Jack.
Yeah,
That was Ron Shusett on his own, and this was Dan O'Bannon's script by himself without Shusett. Because
Dan O'Bannon and Don Jacoby.
Yeah, and of course, what's his name? Badham. Directed the film. John Badham, who was known more for doing action, straight up action films. It's got action in it, but this is more of a thriller. And it's
thriller.
It's what? It's
it is what they call a tech
political thriller. Yeah.
Yep.
But John Badham he was known for doing films with amazing stunts in them. And
Bird on a Wire, The Hard Way, Point of No Return.
He also directed
Stakeout, Short Circuit. Yeah.
Oh man, Short Circuit! I love.
He also did the movie before this one was Dracula,
1979 with Frank Langella, which is a weird adaptation. It's adapted from the stage play, not the book, and they had the characters all messed up in that. Lucy and what, John?
It's actually Whose Life Is It Anyway?
Oh, with Richard Dreyfuss.
Yeah, that was the one that was before this one.
Very good.
It was
film.
81.
Barbra Streisand was in that. Who was in that? Wasn't Streisand in that? Who was his lawyer in that?
That was Christina Leahy.
Is that who it was?
Lady, or yeah.
Oh yeah, Christine Lottie, right?
Lottie. That's right.
Yes.
And John Cassavetes is in that.
Yep. And Bob Balaban.
Oh, Bob
Balaban.
Balaban. Best known for 2010 An Odyssey 2, the year we made contact.
Good movies.
He played the creator of HAL.
Dr. Chandra.
Dr. Chandra.
Yeah, which was a big change
Good
from
morning,
how
Dr.
he was
Chandra.
in the original novel.
What shall we do today, sir?
I will
So
approve.
getting back into this film, Blue Thunder had a great cast in it. You had Daniel Stern, who plays Jaffo in it. Richard, I don't remember his character's name. I just remember it's Jaffo. And I always thought that was funny because Jaffo means just another fucking observer.
But they call him Jaffo all the time. I don't
Yeah.
think you hear his real name once.
They use
He
his
mentioned
name.
his name
He's
once.
just Jaffo.
Lyman Good.
Yeah,
Lyman
he says,
Good.
Lyman Good. Is that really your name? It's a good scene. And he
Richard
goes,
Lyman Good.
When are you going to tell me what Jaffo means? Because apparently, back in the 80s, we didn't have the internet. So you couldn't just Google it. But John Badham was a great director, prolific director. He also worked on the American film with Bridget Fonda, the remake of La Femme Nikita.
That was
Point of No Return.
yeah.
And he did that weird movie, Drop Zone, and with Blade. I can't think of his name. And then he also did the comedy that the Chief just covered with James Woods and Michael J. Fox, The Hard Way, where Fox is playing an actor that wants to do a ride along with this cop and learn how to be just like this cop, played by Woods. But Bird on the Wire, I think, is one of my favorites that he did, and people just don't remember that movie.
I do.
No, of course you do.
That's a good
We're
one.
cinephiles. We remember that stuff. But if
I
walk
see-
into a lot
You're a
of
computer.
you and I
also
collect stuff like that in our heads.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's Mel Gibson, and Mel Gibson at a point in his career
With Goldie
where you
Hawn.
wouldn't expect him to do something, which in this case is
a
do
romantic
comedy.
action comedy.
Yeah. Of course, this is all good coming from the guy who directed Saturday Night Fever.
Wait a minute, did Badham direct that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Get the F out of here. Really?
Yeah. Do you know what his first movie was?
Was it a porn?
Nope. It was Bring It Along, Traveling All
Jesus
Stars
Christ.
and Motor Kings.
Oh, I know that movie. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good film. That would be 1976.
Yep.
Okay. He directed a lot of TV shows, but his first film was that one. So, and then he turned around and
was he the director
did
of
Saturday Night
Dragon?
John
Or was he
Badham.
just a producer. Because I see his name associated with Dragon, the Bruce Lee story.
Not that I know of.
Why is he associated with that? No, Rob Cohen was the director on that. He must have been a producer on it or something. Because his name is associated with it here on Google.
He also,
Well, I know that-
directed War Games.
Yeah,
Yes.
I mentioned War Games a little bit ago.
He also directed episodes of Rod Serling's Night Gallery.
I like Night Gallery. Although I was disappointed later to find out how little involvement Rod Serling had with the series. That's why he wasn't interested in continuing. But let's see. Annie Morrow is here. Sox Bulletin, of course. Lady V is here. Pat S. and our Muslim uncle is here. Everybody send your positive thoughts and if you're religious, your prayers to his mother. She's been sick.
Oh.
And I thought I'd mention that because we chatted momentarily about it last night on Twitter. I see Smart and Flash Sentry is here, and Ariel Ballet is here. Actors in porn. Are you talking about Tom Selleck? Stallone, for sure.
Yeah.
Well,
Jackie
Badham's
Helen
sister
Mirren.
is. Oh,
Yeah, I love it when guys talk over each other. I don't know what either of you said.
Okay.
Somebody go ahead.
Okay. I was mentioning Jackie Chan and Helen Mirren. they both started in porn.
I was going to say John
What?
Badham's sister. John Badham's
Jackie
sister is
Chan?
married.
Yes, let that sink in.
The fuck?
Yeah, it's a clusterfuck today. This is fun.
John Badham's sister is actress Mary Badham, who was nominated for an Academy Award for her role as Scout in To Kill a Mockingbird.
The girl?
Oh,
Get out
Yeah.
of here. She was good. That's a good
And they
movie.
worked together on a William Castle movie called Let's Kill Uncle, the year I was born.
I got to tell you something. William Castle is absolutely one of my favorite filmmakers of all time. And that guy was so cheesy. And I love that years later they would make that movie. It had the movie within a movie called Mant. Remember that one?
Uh-huh.
It takes place during the Missiles of October back in '63 in Florida. And I love that movie. And of course, what's his name? John Goodman plays basically William Castle in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I just love that film. He made such great films. Like The Tingler's like one of my favorite weird films that he made with Vincent Price. But Castle made 13 Ghosts. And he made the original House on Haunted Hill too. Both 13 Ghosts and House on Haunted Hill were remade later by his son, who produced them. But I'm trying to think of the one film. Let me click here. Hold on. Let me click on something here because I can't think of the name of the film. But it has to do with ghosts and a bikini. And it's one of the funniest damn things I'd ever seen. And it's still, I showed it to Zoe and she loves the movie. The Spirit is Willing, 1967. I have it on my computer. I love that movie. The Spirit is Willing. It's a story about, it's a coming of age story of a young boy that his parents moved to this New England town and buy this old haunted house. It's got Sid Caesar in it, Vera Miles, John MacGyver, Barry Gordon, and what is the kids? That was it. Barry Gordon, who's better known as one of the he did the voice of Leonardo, I think it was in the cartoon, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. John Aston is in it. Just it was a great cast. Robert Donner, most people don't know who that guy is, but Keith, you should know who he is because you watch Mark and Mindy.
Yeah, he was the dad.
No, he was the crazy guy.
Exeter.
Really?
Exeter. He played Exeter.
Oh,
Yep.
my
And
goodness.
Harvey Limbeck, who made a career in the bikini movies as playing usually a biker gang member, great comedic actor, is in this movie. And it's called The Spirit is Willing, came out in '67, comedy horror film. And it is absolutely one of my favorite films. And William Castle, as usual, makes an appearance in the film too as a character. Shot partially on location in that New England town. It's a really good film. Good comedy where he falls in love with a ghost. But the ghost is actually almost a direct clone of one of the girls in the town. So he's actually in love with the girl in the town, but the ghost is pretending to be her. It's a lot of fun.
Wow.
And if you've never seen it, go look for it. You should find that movie and watch it. The Spirit is Willing by William Castle. He is really one of my favorite filmmakers. That guy would shoot with nothing. He'd have like no budget, lie, get a film started. Nobody's getting paid yet. He'd be into production sometimes a week before people got paid.
That's usually how a movie turns out great, though, when they have to be creative because they don't have too much money.
Yeah. We
Money
need
makes them
more
lazy.
people like him in the business now. Nowadays, we definitely need more people like William
And his
Castle.
son stepped into the position of being a producer and produced two of the remakes of his films, 13 Ghosts and The House on Haunted Hill. And he worked on that one too, where they're going to pirate a ship, and the ship, Ghost Ship, I think is the name of it. I think that was the name of it. Let me go look it up real quick. I think it's Ghost Ship. And where everybody got killed on the deck when a cable snapped and cut all their heads off.
Damn.
Came out in
Ew.
2002. Yeah, Ghost Ship.
Yep.
2002. I liked the film. I got to be honest with you. I did like that film. A great cast. Emily Browning was the young little girl. Desmond Harrington was in it. And Carl Urban is in the film when he was younger.
Yeah.
Isaiah Washington, Ron Eldard, who's a great actor, and Gabriel Byrne. It is a great little film, and it was produced by his son. I'm looking to see if I can find it, because you'll notice at the beginning of the film it's got the Castle logo, Castle Films, and that's his son's production company, named after his dad, and well, their family name, because their name is Castle.
Wow.
So, we got any good comments yet that we should address?
Oh yes.
George Burns in porn? No, I couldn't imagine that. Nothing would get done.
And Gary has a wild imagination.
There would be so much smoke in that room, you couldn't shoot anything. Let's see. John is having a kaiju stomping ground. By the way, kaiju made me think of trailers. Trailers made me think. I watched the trailer this morning for Frasier, and I'm not all in, but I'm in, because he's moving back east to Boston, and his son is all grown up, and it's him intruding into his son's life instead of his dad intruding into his. He's flipping it. So I'm like, okay, all right, I think I'll watch that. And he really does. He's right back as Frasier in the trailer. He nails it. He just looks a little older. Let's see. Wasn't Jonathan Winters in Mork? Yeah, he played Mork's son, Mork and Mindy's son. Oh my God, he had a goofy name. What was it? Mirth.
Yeah.
Mirth. And they would a lot of their dialogue was improvised.
Yep.
They would have a basic idea of where to go, and then they would just start improvising.
Okay, I need to say this. Remember, I was in Venezuela. We didn't always get the whole shows, and I never knew that they had a kid.
Oh yeah,
What the hell?
and it was supposed to be just like that Brad Pitt movie, Benjamin Button, that he was born old and he would get younger was the idea, but it didn't flesh out and it didn't work. The show failed in its last season. It's sad. But I think he was kind of done with. I think he was done with Mork and Mindy. We have 2 super stickers from Six is here. Hi Six, 99-cent super sticker. I'm assuming it's poop, and I'm assuming the $1.49 is the rose.
That's mine.
Yes, that's yours.
Thank you, Six, for both.
That would be the name of a really cool band, the Shitty Roses.
Ariel, it's a new TV show. They're calling it a reboot, but I got to tell you, it's not a reboot. It's no more a reboot than Frasier was a reboot of Cheers. It's dumb.
Yeah, it's a continuation.
It's just moving on. Same character, moving on.
Frasier was a spinoff of Cheers.
Mm-hmm.
Cheers is fine.
Not a continuation.
And it's really funny because
No. I mean, the new Frasier is a continuation.
It's a continuation. And well, to be honest with you, Frasier was a continuation because Cheers, one by one, would make appearances. The cast would make appearances on his show. But I wanted to talk to you about doing a show sometime that talks about the universe building of TV shows, because there were shows that existed in other shows' universe, and they did crossover. And we talked about it with Dragnet, Adam 12, and Emergency. Okay, but I suspected if it had lasted, they would have also been in Project UFO.
Probably.
Same universe. I guarantee you, at some point, it would have crossed paths. If
Andy Griffith.
Andy Griffith.
Andy Griffith is another good one because Andy Griffith was really well. He was a spinoff technically of the show. It was the because the first time you saw that character was on the Danny
Thomas.
Yeah, Danny Thomas show.
is one of the producers. And Danny Thomas, by the way, is a fascinating dude. He made an oath with God that when he came to America, that if he could help him make a success, that he would work hard on creating one of the best charities for children. He did. The Children's Hospital System.
Yep.
The miracle, what do they call it? The Children's Miracle System. It's one of the best. It's in St. Louis, one of the best hospitals for children, and they don't pay a dime. Children just go there to be taken care of.
Your families aren't meant to pay anything at all while their children are going through treatment.
They stay for free too. That's right. He takes care of everything. He set that up. Marlo Thomas, his daughter, took over, who is best known for playing That Girl.
That Girl.
Which was a hit show in the 60s, going into
66.
The 70s. Yeah, great show. I just introduced Anima to that. That was like one of my favorite shows. I love the theme song. Then, of course, That Girl.
Did you?
Where it's like every show. Yeah, I said every show would open with some guy going, "We need to find somebody to do this." Well, I don't know who. How about That Girl?
That Girl.
Oh, yeah, but we didn't watch much of that.
No, I just showed it to you. I introduced you to it.
Yeah.
I don't think you understand the word introduced.
I forgot because we watched like an episode and a half. Usually you introduce.
Well, you forget a lot of things because I show you so
episodes.
Much.
And
I introduce you to so many different things that your brain must be a flurry.
It is, and also sometimes it's like 4 a.m. for me when you introduce me to something new. So
it's like, what is this now? What are you showing me now?
It's almost midnight right now, and I'm doing the show. So shut up.
I told her that you and I have this thing. You and I have this connections thing. It's just like the show Connections. Remember that show? Back in the 80s, late 70s, going to 80s, Connections. Do you remember that, Keith? Where the guy would talk about this one thing that happened, 1,000 years ago, and how we got the circuit chip from that. They would show the connection all the way from 1,000 years ago to this thing.
Huh. I think barely. I've slept a lot since then.
Yeah, my two favorite shows growing up was Connections and Carl Sagan's series, Cosmos.
Oh, I love Cosmos.
But the show started in 1978, and let me show. It's a British series. Here it is. I found it. Now I will share the screen. And this is one of the best science programs. And it talked from science, not from the analytical, but from the historical. And it would show you how science progressed from this amazing thing to this thing we have today. And are you seeing
between that one and 3-2-1 Contact, which was
3-2-1 Contact?
I love that one.
But here you go, Connections. And you can find some of the episodes on, I think it's on YouTube. I think I found them there. And James Burke was the presenter. What a great show. And I watched this show religiously as a kid.
Wow.
And it was connected to other shows. Like I said, Bruce Boa, you remember him.
Mm-hmm.
That's this guy he was in Full Metal Jacket and Empire Strikes Back. That's the only two things I know him from. Oh, he was also in John Cleese's Fawlty Towers in an episode. Bruce Boa.
Wow.
He plays an American officer that's getting annoyed with Cleese. What I want to know is, when are you going to take care of my family's meal? Yelling at him all the time. Yeah, anyway, that's how our brains work. I'm trying to give you connections. So Keith and I live in a world, and it comes off as ADD, but everything is connected.
It is ADD.
It's not ADD because it's connected.
Dude, I'm the one spending hours with you. You jumping from one topic to the other is definitely ADD.
Because that's what ends up happening. Because I go, well, this person and this person is important because, oh crap, I have to introduce you to this, and I would move over and I do that to her all the time.
Yes.
But then we immediately go back, proving once again not ADD to the film, and
immediately
now you have
after like 5 hours
to understand why this character is so important, and then we move on.
Sometimes it's hours before we come back. Then I don't know what happened in the half hour.
What were you going to say, Martin?
Oh, I was pointing the squirrel.
Squirrel. Yeah, that's different. See, it's not squirrel. What it is Keith and I have information in our heads stored constantly.
Oh,
And then
tons of
something happens
information.
and we go, well, this is, then we have to explain that. So then we pause everything to explain what this other thing is. Why it's not ADD is because we go right back.
We are the tangent twins.
It is going off at a tangent. Tangent is what it is. It's tangent. What's the word? Tangent decimal. Tangent. Is that right?
Tangentially.
Tangentially. That's the word. Our brains work tangentially, and that's just it. There is no ADD involved. It's purely tangent form.
You know the meme of the guy with the board with all the cards on it and string and yarn going from place to place?
Yeah, the murder board guy.
Yeah, that's how their brains work.
Yeah, Keith is more like that than I am, but I am in that same area because I do the same thing, and especially when it comes to history in Hollywood. And Don Ecker and I had this great conversation because, you know, he felt like maybe he was out of place because his brain works that way with UFOs and the paranormal. And I went, no, you're just like Keith and I. That's your murder board. Everybody has. I have my own murder board in my head.
Hey, boss.
You know? Yeah.
No, I thought you were finished. No, continue.
Okay.
Because. Oh.
No, go ahead.
What's going on?
You've interjected twice. The second time, get you a full chance. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I'm high strung today.
No shit.
I'm feeling so much guilt, and besides, I freaking love this movie, and you gotta understand me. I had 11 or 12 years old when I saw this, and I was already a sci-fi weirdo, so I went nuts with this movie. I'm
what
still
you guys
nuts
can't
about
see
this movie.
is all the stuff
Look.
Martin has pulled up in the back to share with you.
Yes,
All
I want to show
windows.
this some slides and talk about the history of the vehicles that were used in the movie. For example, what the hell? Oh, okay.
You're like a puppy when you're
This-
so excited, Martin.
This is the puppet, one of the two choppers they built. They modified it because they said that the thing with the shark that is not going to happen to them. They will have to have a backup chopper.
Yeah, they're
Just in
two.
case. Yeah.
They're two modified
Gazelles.
Aerospatiale gazelles.
Yeah.
French.
And this is and that is what this slideshow is about. For example, here's the original how they look in reality. That's a civilian model, and this is the prototype. Look at how they have a different.
Yeah,
Say-
Tail Rudder looks wild.
And this was the original of that family
Ugly
of choppers.
helicopter.
Oh yes, this
That
is an
sticks out.
Alouette. No, this is an Alouette 2.
Yeah.
Which was the father of this, which eventually became this.
Much better
still
looking
stick out.
helicopter.
Yeah, I don't know. See, I would rather prefer this.
Oh, this one's so cool.
Oh man. And
Well, they were trying to show the movement towards creating stealth framing, and
Yeah.
that is the Cobra. On
yeah,
the
this is one of the inspirations.
Cobra. The
Cobra.
Apache was
Yeah, it
was
the
Yeah.
actual.
was under construction in the 80s, and it didn't come out until the 89.
the
I think.
The Apache project
Apache.
started in 76 and began mass production of 82.
What I
And the
remember in
difference-
the Army was that they had a bad reputation of 1 out of 10 not getting off the ground at the time, but they fixed that.
Hey, this one really has a face. It
Spartan?
kind of looks surprised.
Airwolf
Yeah.
couldn't take.
Airwolf would have shot down Blue Thunder before Blue Thunder even got off the ground.
How dare you?
Oh no!
Ouch.
Hey, we're all friends here, okay?
No, we're not. Let's see what happened.
Besides that, Airwolf has a superior theme song.
And this,
there's
well,
that.
this is the Apache, the Comanche. That was a project that never took off.
Well, it took off. It just didn't get completed. Because if it wouldn't have taken off, you wouldn't have that picture.
Good point.
Well, yeah, this is a prototype, and this is a CGI rendering.
Yeah.
But
That
it went nowhere. Ugly?
The whole idea was
I don't
through
like that one.
the shape and design to create a smaller signature of that of a bird.
Mm-hmm.
And hence the angles, the curve, and, you know, because there's curves in it, but there are angles in it. And they're all designed specifically to give them a small radar signature.
Yeah, to absorb and dissipate.
And so they did the same thing, again, adding that one there. That was the overall idea of what Blue Thunder was supposed to do.
Yeah. And this is about, why did you took it down? Don't take it down.
Because I didn't want it.
Oh, look at that. Those, this is a slideshow with pictures of
Roy Scheider has a big gun.
Oh, this is. I tried to show the helicopters that were used in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
That's a Bell 206. This is what is left of the real helicopter.
Wow.
It's rotting away.
Well, wait. I think that's a modified one because I think that's the one from the television series. I really do. I think that's the one from the television series.
Yeah, that is because it doesn't have the red lines on it.
On top of that, it's got the Blue Thunder on the side, and that was only for the TV show.
Yeah.
Because in the movie, it wasn't called Blue Thunder. That was just a nickname.
Yeah, it was the special. And this one, they have to all that makeup that they put on the helicopter made it almost unmaneuverable. So they have to come with this RC replica to make the more nimble moving scenes.
Mm-hmm. Well, it also helped. Look, to me, that kind of ingenuity really does bring down the cost and really takes a lot of the risk out of certain scenes, you know. So, hey, it's Malcolm McDowell.
Yep, in his Defender.
I would not mount a 50 on the side of a Scorpion.
Yeah, it has two, one on each side.
That's insane.
And then, but yes, this is not in actuality the military model. The military model has this pointy nose.
That's Hollywood.
Yep.
But it looks awesome. And it gave
You got to understand how powerful those Ma Deuces are. The 50 is so powerful, they stopped putting them on Hueys because they will rock that damn thing and take it right out of the air. Put it on a smaller helicopter, just asking for trouble. Looks cool.
Yeah,
Is that it?
Oh.
Yes.
It?
Okay.
Yeah.
How close are we to having the slideshow?
Oh, I'm rendering. I am 90% render complete.
Yay!
I'm sorry.
Did you say 90% gender complete?
No,
90%
render.
Then you're not American enough. What's that about? What's that about? I don't get that.
Putting the Ma Deuce on a smaller helicopter.
No, you would not. You're asking to be killed. The pilot. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Are you sure those are my dudes?
Ask Don. Don was on a Huey where they had mounted 250 calibers on it. And it damn near shook him to death. just like Peter North. Jesus. I don't know if anybody else gets that reference.
I have no idea what he's talking about.
Those of us that are aficionados of adult entertainment know exactly who he is.
Well, I just Googled his
Blue
name.
films? Aficionados of blue movies?
I used to call him the goat back in the 80s before I realized what goat meant, God of all things. I called him the goat because he
Greatest of all times.
because he gave out so much milk.
I think
Oh,
gold
God.
stands for greatest of all times.
Oh my god!
He would drown I remember the first time I saw it, I'm like, is that real? Oh my God. The guy is,
Oh, I can't. Oh, jeez.
what is he eating?
Oh, my goodness.
Uh,
Okay, that's enough. The Peter North Appreciation Series will not be done today, where we're doing Blue Thunder. So
Yeah. As far as Ron Jeremy tried to go legit. His first legit movie was The Chase with Charlie Sheen.
Yep. Which included a sequence where I think it's him and Amy Smart in the movie. I think that's Amy Smart with him.
And it seems like, was it him that was in Boondock Saints?
okay, here we go.
I think he was in Boondock Saints.
I don't remember. No. I mean, I would remember something like that. Yeah, you will notice that the texts are flipped because YouTube has been hitting us hard with the slideshows.
I'm just happy
What?
the slideshow is ready, so it's safe again here. You guys go
Great.
directions sometimes. Jesus.
Yeah, this is in Los Angeles, right? Because I think they say the number of months before the 1984 Los Angeles Olympics game.
Yeah, this movie came out in May of 1983. So they still had a full year before the Olympics hit.
Yeah,
Casio.
yes, he's checking his stress and anxiety levels.
That's part of his character. He suffers from PTSD.
Yeah.
And they decided to allow him to fly helicopters. So, yeah.
Well, I mean, after all, you're chased around the bay by a giant shark. You're going to get PTSD.
2 times fighting shark.
It's Hulka. Hey, Hulka.
You're muted, Gary.
You're muted. This was his last film before he died that he shot.
Yeah.
And of course,
Daniel
Warren
Stern.
Oates is just a great movie star.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I forgot. Happy Batman Day, everybody.
Oh, thank you very much.
Sure.
Yeah, here's the character intro when they are showing who's who and what is what. I like how Murphy is so nonchalant and he trolls. He's observant. Man, those are some excellent machines. And
There's where he said Lyman good the first time.
hey, somebody say something.
Something?
Something.
Yeah, I was waiting for somebody to say something.
Yeah,
As I said, Lyman good His name got mentioned the first time right there. Lyman Good
Yep.
is the guy that they call Jaffo in the movie.
Yep.
I like when he
Well-
says it. Go.
No, I was just going to say, they actually, Dan O'Bannon and Don Jacoby began developing the plot for this while they were living together in the late 70s. And they constantly had low-flying police copters that woke them up on a regular basis. And that was the idea behind them eventually writing this. I think their original script was a little more political and attacked the concept of a police state controlling the population through high-tech surveillance and heavy armament. They got a lot of help from Captain Bob Woods, the then chief of the LAPD's Air Support Division. And the first draft of the screenplay was written in '79 and had Frank Murphy as more of a crazy main character with a deep psychological issue, and went on a rampage and destroyed much of Los Angeles before finally falling to being shot down by F-16s.
So they made the flying version of First Blood.
Yeah, or King Kong. Take your pick. The script was rewritten.
Imagine
by-
Hollywood not understanding PTSD.
Wow. The script was rewritten by Dean Resner with directions on the style of dialogue from director John Badham, and filmed on location in Los Angeles beginning in the late months of 1981. This was one of Warren Oates' last films before his death, April 3rd, 1982. And during post-production, and the film is dedicated to him.
See, that's why I follow Keith.
Yep, that's why Keith is the professor. He knows everything.
Oh no!
Well, as I said earlier, I said it was actually his last film he shot.
Yeah.
Before he passed away. He never saw the release of it.
Yeah, he
Oh,
never did.
That's always a pity.
I don't know if he ever saw a cut of it.
You know, here's another interesting thing. Although the films shot in LA and in real life neighborhoods are mentioned, the LAPD did not allow any references to be made to them. Hence, the police force is known as the more generic Metropolitan Police, and Frank Murphy is part of the fictional Astro Division rather than the real life Air Support Division. However, air support assignments are often known as Astro or air support to regular operations. The LAPD Hooper Heliport, which was still under construction at the time.
Tim. Really? Tim? Blue Balls, Blue Thunder? Really?
Yeah.
This is not Blue Waffle. Oh, I wouldn't think about it.
What's this one? Pop Culture Minefield. And then he was captain on a silly submarine. Truly, Rob had an amazing military
The
career.
sequence, DSV.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He
decided to instead of attacking from the air, he'd take that shark out with his brand new high-tech submarine.
He had that assault dolphin. What was
With
that thing's
Madus
name?
attached to their freaking heads.
What was the name of the dolphin? I forget.
Darwin.
Darwin.
Wow.
Darwin, the dolphin. Voice.
You know, Malcolm McDowell, who portrayed the antagonist of this film, F.E. Cochran, he actually was intensely afraid of flying.
Yes.
And not even his then wife, Mary Steenburgen, could persuade him to overcome his phobia. There was an interview in Starlog in '83. I think I had that issue where Badham recalled he was terrified. He used to get out and throw up after a flight. McDowell's grimaces and discomfort.
Oh, I
could be
remember
seen.
reading that. I had,
Yeah.
all of us had Starlog. We all,
Hello.
you and I
Yeah.
were avid Starlog. We didn't just go to the bookshop and read it. We bought it. I didn't subscribe.
It was like a
to it.
religion.
Yeah, I would have to wait till I got my pay for my newspaper route, and then I'd run down and get Starlog. Was it Starlog? Filmed something. I can't remember the name of it. It still exists. This online. A few of these magazines, and man, just get so much information from those things. That was our internet.
Yep. If we had grown up with the internet, man. Oh, geez.
The internet would be so different today if we'd had it back then. Much better porn, much more X to it.
Tangent land.
Keith, what do you think about this coming from Spartan Flash?
Hey, remember the Sequest intro theme? Am I crazy, or is it just the Battlestar Galactica theme in reverse? You know what? It could be a minor reworking, but I don't know. You know, I look at it this way. That entire thing, as envisioned by Steven Spielberg, I think was Spielberg's attempt to do an updated version of Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea. That's really what I think of Sequest.
Absolutely agree.
But it was more
because Sequest, Sea View, you know.
Yeah, but the show was more like Star Trek than
yes,
Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea.
Because Spielberg wanted to try to get families in there. I mean, that's something that a lot of people nowadays, everything's too specialized. You're making things for too narrow of a group rather than trying to create something that is to bring in as many people as possible. You know, Spielberg's not one of these people to try to narrow cast to fans. He likes being a filmmaker that wants to entertain as many people as possible. So when you look at Amazing Stories, when you look at Sequest, when you look at even ER, those shows are meant to try to appeal to as many people as possible. Unlike today.
All right, I just listened to it, and I'm going to tell you guys, you're right. Who was it that said that about Battlestar Galactica?
Spartan Flash.
Spartan Flash, yeah. I just listened to it right when it gets to the 50-second mark. Absolutely, that is Battlestar Galactica. You're right.
Who did the music?
Nice.
John Debney.
He studied under John Debney studied under.
Pause this for a second. I'm going to share and just play the opening here. Share screen. Share screen. Share audio. Here we go. Just listen to this shit. This is at the 50-second mark.
Holy shit.
That's absolutely in the same chord as Battlestar Galactica. And it's using all the same notes, but using them differently. So, yeah, I agree. That was a good catch.
Yeah.
That was by our Spartan Flash Sentry that noticed that. That was really cool. Okay. Look yeah. Look yeah.
Man, that...
And I can't remember who wrote Battlestar Galactica theme. That wasn't John Barry. That was
no.
Who wrote?
Man, this is really fucked up. If they weren't looking for boobies, the politicians couldn't have not been killed.
Stu Phillips? What?
Yep. Stu Phillips. Yep, that's right.
I've never even heard of that guy.
I have. I remember when it came out. Stu Phillips, and they ended up reusing the Battlestar Galactica theme for, I think it was Airplane. One of the airplane films.
Oh yes, it's in there. Yeah, it is. I think that was put in there as a joke, though.
Yes, it was.
Look how young he is there. That's, of course, Daniel Stern, best known for Home Alone. He was
Yes,
one of
one
the
wet bandits.
one of the bandits. This was his big break.
It'd be a big break for a lot of people.
Warren Oates is so good in his delivery of some of his dialogue in this film. His sarcasm in the things that he says. When he
I love that
delivery
you're
goes,
supposed to be stupid.
when he looks at the other guy for saying, I wouldn't get in a helicopter with him, he goes, really? And just walks away from him. Like, what the fuck do you know?
Yeah, it's not the stereotypical captain that is yelling at his person all the time. No, he's
He has his moments there. He yells at him here in this scene.
yeah,
But,
but he uses psychological damage.
and what's funny when you like if you talk to the chief, he'll tell you, really, captains are bureaucrats. They're political figures. It's really what they are. They don't do a lot of yelling. That's up to other officers or sergeants that are senior to the people in trouble. Unless you've been on date night with Gary, you can't even begin to imagine what distracted means in his universe.
Just saying the truth.
Wow, Gary getting just
Do I sense a rebuke here? Is this a rebuke? Am I being rebuked here?
No.
you're being analyzed. Designer Mickey Michaels created the helicopters used in the film after reviewing and rejecting various existing designs. The helicopters used for Blue Thunder were French-built, modified bolt-on parts and Apache-style canopies. Yeah. 2 modified Gazelle helicopters, a Hughes 500 copter, and 2 radio-controlled F-16 fighter models were used in the filming of the movie. Just as we had learned from Martin. And Columbia Pictures paid $190,000 a piece for each.
And even the cars were flashy. I mean, the Firebird of this guy, and the bad guy has a Corvette. No, man, this movie is full ladies.
It's LA in the 80s. That's a different sort of vibe,
Yeah.
No, you know what? I kind of like him the way he is.
Bush!
Hi, Bush.
Oh.
The alterations made to the helicopters to make them look like it should for Blue Thunder. Basically, it made the helicopters so heavy that they had to use various tricks to make it look fast and eye gel in the film. So,
yeah, and of course he asks him at that one point, did he actually take one vertical and go upside down? And of course, that is actually impossible without rockets or a jet engine.
Yeah, yet he does it at the end.
Because you have this thing called drag that exists. And if a helicopter tries, the whole lift thing, lift versus drag,
it will
if
stall.
a helicopter tries to go upside down, it's inverting how it's holding itself up in the air. So it's going to begin pushing itself downward. And you can't do that.
It would fall.
Mm-hmm.
So it's BS when he does
It would
at
be
the end.
brutally. Yeah. It would be brutally bad for the helicopter to do it.
They use the RC model to shoot that scene, and even that you can see in the grain of the film.
The camera is doing some of the movement.
They're moving the camera
to make it look like it's inverting, and it can't do that. So Bush is here. What's up, buddy?
Why is he saying, "Hey, Bill"? Bill isn't here.
What?
Oh, I
He
should.
says hi,
think
Bill.
yeah, when the Pop Culture Minefield greets him, I think he thinks it's Bill. Bill Bill is not producing the shows.
We are
Yep,
not
he
on
doesn't produce
Patreon
our shows
anymore.
anymore. He produces he doesn't even produce the Monday show now for Dawn.
Is that Chanel?
Yeah, it's Chanel.
Hmm.
Yeah, because
Yep.
the parts that were added to the fuselage of Airwolf didn't throw off the balance. It was in the midsection of the helicopter. Unlike this, they put a ton of weight on the nose of the helicopter. Gary,
Yeah.
have you been in the military?
No, I stole some valor and pretended to be a soldier.
Oh, because Lucy's
What?
asking.
Anyone on the panel ever been in the military? I was playing ESO campaign, 36 of us. Stick to the fucking plan, and 10 of them go or herpy derpy dur and run out down there. What's that called? The guy comes running into the D&D game and screams his
Oh,
name.
that's
Leroy
yeah,
Jenkins.
that's
Leon-
Leroy
Leroy
Jenkins.
Jenkins. That's it, Leroy Jenkins. I still find that shit funny every time I watch it. It'll pop up every once in a while. I go, I gotta watch it again. It's just so fucking funny.
You know, it's useful to have a guy like that because you know that guy's going to take up a lot of the oxygen in the situation.
I know. He's been in the bathroom or something, and he comes back. They made a plan, and he just goes.
Yeah, I'll be back. My computer's needing a reboot for something.
Okay, I'll see you in a sec, buddy.
Okay.
Yeah, that is definitely the same guy who was in Die Hard, the reporter.
Well, one guy in this is
Robocop.
there he is. This
Mhm.
guy here is also in The Howling.
Yep.
Oh,
People on the island. He gets to show his fangs at the end of the movie. Why don't we just kill him? He delivers
Hey, you know what? That looks like the Murtaugh house from Lethal Weapon.
I think that was. Well, that is a studio house. It is on the studio
Yeah.
lot.
Yes, it is. He's going to visit the Murtaughs.
Wonder if Riggs is over there enjoying.
Not yet.
Roger's
It
wife.
hadn't happened yet. It hadn't happened yet. You still got another 3 years.
Two movies about cops with PTSD from Vietnam. I think that with Lethal Weapon, it was done better, a little more believable.
Yes.
It's sort of like
Yes.
when you look at Tom Selleck, his version of the Vietnam vet, he has PTSD too. You can see it have an impact on him. But look how functional he is. That's because a military guy wrote it and created it.
That's right. That's what made Magnum PI such a good show, because it really is in its entirety about a guy doing something a little different and deciding after the end of doing what he's doing that he makes a decision about his life and what he wants to do with the rest of it.
Now, Bush, you're just being a dick now.
yeah.
Bill. Oh, wait. It is Bill.
That is one dick diagnosing another.
Ouch.
The pot,
You want to know the other?
the pot calling the kettle black.
Wow. Oh,
man.
wow.
I cannot remember. It was another French helicopter that I liked a lot back in the 70s when I was a kid. It was the one they used on the French diver, Jacques Cousteau's ship, the Calypso.
Oh,
Yeah.
they look like a.
It looked like a
dragonfly.
Tic Tac.
Yes.
It looked like a Tic Tac. I was a big fan. I bought that model kit. I had the model kit of the Calypso with the miniature helicopter. I love that model kit. You can still find it on eBay. The same model kit. It's like $200 now.
Ouch.
And But I love that little helicopter so much. I went and I found the larger one. I think Kmart had it in their model section back in the day when Kmart and those department stores had huge model sections. Entire row, 2 sides model kits, one side cars and planes, the other side sci-fi. Love that shit.
Love it. Miss it.
Miss those days.
I like watching Jacques Cousteau, his specials on TV. As a child, I felt like I was truly learning something.
My favorite was the one that Rod Serling narrated.
Oh, yes.
We got a 16 millimeter copy of that, and they played it in our school for us. And I love that so much, man. Not doing classwork and getting Jacques Cousteau with Rod Serling narrating it. I was in 2nd grade when that happened. I remember that.
I wonder if the Calypso Society is still around. The Cousteau Society. I'm sorry. The Cousteau Society. No. No, I mean the Cousteau Society. I wonder if the Cousteau Society is still operating.
Calypso 2 should exist. It was
because I know his kids took over. So
here, pause the thing for a second. I'm going to show you. Here's screen. This is
now.
I'm doing it now. Here you go. This is the Calypso model kit that I had. Exact same one. $300 here. $1,299 for this one. Oh, hey.
It's
Can I buy that? I'll buy that for $1.
Hey, baby.
Hey, baby. Hey, baby. Everybody sounds like Hank Hill if they say it correctly.
Hey, baby.
Oh, look for Calypso 2.
Damn it, Bobby.
Bobby. Oh, is that the Spruce Goose?
I sell propane accessories.
Yes.
Look at those. It's such a beautiful model kit. $619 for this one. I want to get in there. This model kit, I built this when I was 14. And there's that helicopter.
150 for shipping.
It had the sub on it. This was an amazing model kit. It was not a cutaway, though, sadly.
Someone played a video. Sax is here.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
We couldn't give it to him the other day because we didn't have it in that studio.
And there's the helicopter.
I must have missed something. How did we get on to Jacques Cousteau's boat?
Oh, don't ask.
The helicopter.
Tangent
time. There's always a connection.
Oh, okay.
The helicopter. I was talking about the helicopter. The other French helicopter.
Oh, okay.
To another episode of AD Theater.
But I wanted to show you how expensive that damn thing was.
Yeah, that is expensive.
I bought it. It was $25 when I bought it back in the 80s. Now look at it. That thing's some versions of it, you got to pay almost $1,300 for it. Same kit.
Jeez.
Okay, I have
now
this
back
for
to the tangent.
Sax.
Hey, fuck you, Kyle.
That was from Martin, not me this time.
Yeah, we
I said it
on Wednesday. Or was it Friday?
Poor Sax, he's been showing up and we don't have his video.
Yeah, he needed that.
He's gonna think we don't love him anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, he knows I love him.
Well,
no.
I try and give him his videos and make sure he knows it's from you.
And now this demonstration from Tony Stark.
Yeah, here's where the movie gets really rolling.
I love it when you just start seeing the white silhouettes getting blown apart. The kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah.
But there
10 terrorists killed to 1 ratio is acceptable.
Unless you're one of the civilians.
Unless you're that
the thing was that the fighter mechanism was defective. You can see that he stopped pressing the button and the damn thing's still shooting.
Watch out for the chillin'.
Man, that's
now just let you know that white guy is actually a black dude.
Really?
What?
That chopper is badassery.
If he gets shot, it's a black
Guy.
dude.
He was doing something.
He's doing something.
He moved. I had to
Told
shoot him.
him.
He was
Told
he was
him
thinking
not to
something
looking at
black.
me.
He gave me the side eye.
Yeah, he gave me the
Side
side
eye.
You can see the.
He was looking at my hamburger the wrong way.
That's it with kids in the car. Mom, he's touching me.
Now I gotta tell you that
Jesus,
dude,
yeah.
that sergeant's helmet looks like the liner. It doesn't look like normal size M1 helmet. It's a little small on his head.
Welcome to the town called Oh No, Not Again. Roller skates, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, Spartan, we have to do that because YouTube will gank us for doing these slideshows. They're fucking assholes. They really are.
YouTube asshole.
They used to be so pro, independent streamers, like creators. Not anymore. They are absolutely up the entertainment industry's ass.
I mean, so far up there, they're searching for polyps.
Oh my
There you go,
God.
the little girl with the hole in the chest. She did something hinky.
She was moving. She breathed wrong.
That was one hell of a pimple.
Let's see, how are you supposed to shoot through all that? It's like that's a lot of red guys amongst all the non-red guys, and
Everybody on that bus is dead.
Bush is
Yeah.
still in a fight here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. He's trying to trigger Zach's.
Oh, Spartan, Gary got ganked for using his own music. That's how fucked up YouTube is.
that's how Dad did it. That's how America does it, and it's worked out pretty well so far for me.
Wow.
It is a gorgeous helicopter the way they designed
Oh
it.
yes,
Oh yeah, I think it'd make a nice model, but
yes, it does. You can have.
You know, I have always looked for a model kit of that, and I could never find one.
Oh, we'll talk later. There are tons, of, even RC models. You see, oh, wow.
They're super
for the
expensive.
grimace,
Here's one on eBay for $220.
Bush is nothing if not persistent. And he was so young.
we all were. Malcolm McDowell.
Yeah, everything,
good.
every single model kit I see here that's a good scale size, like from Monogram, over $200.
Good night.
Oh well.
After seeing the prices for the Calypso model, they're not that pricey.
Right. Cost is relative.
Yeah,
Here's one that's in the original box, pre-owned, never built, $89.95,
Wow.
nice.
121, 175. Oh, here we go.
Jeez.
Fully built, 148 scale, fully built, 69.33.
69.33.
Nice.
Yep, it's already built.
Oh, have lights.
No,
Oh,
I don't like the paint job on it either. I'd have to pull it apart and redo it.
I like how they're kind of selling these scale models nowadays for a lot of the Star Trek ships with lights.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fiber
they're called Polar Lights collection because Polar
Yeah.
Lights like the master of building miniature lights for
Yeah, because a lot of their models are screen ready.
Like Polar Lights makes the best
Excuse
scale, the 2 different scale models of the Jupiter 2, and
Ooh, yes.
you can buy the separate Polar Lights for it. And I call this a Jesus nut. It is not the Jesus nut. It is, I forget the name of that nut, but the Jesus nut is on top of the prop. It's what locks it into place. You lose the Jesus nut, you're dead. Which is why they call it the Jesus nut.
This one is related to the tail rotor, because when that nut fell off, the helicopter went into auto rotation.
Catch you later.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
clearly he is threatening him every single time he does that.
Oh yeah. It's not penis envy at all.
Yeah, see, he had to conquer his fear of flying to do these scenes.
He didn't conquer it. That's the word thing.
Yeah, I don't really think that's a thing.
No,
Conquering the fear
every
of
time
flying.
they landed, the guy has to puke. When you see him in the cockpit with that expression of I want to destroy the world, it's real.
And
Yeah,
I feel
well,
you,
that's
dude.
reason.
I'm so scared of flying. No matter how often I've been on a plane, it still scares the living shit out of me.
Well, I'm not exactly over some of my fears, but I've been in a helicopter. It is kind of fun. Especially, you know what really helped me get through it was in my head just humming the whole Magnum PI theme. That helps.
I love that thing.
I still haven't been on a helicopter.
I hated the new show, but I'm so glad they kept the theme.
That's in my bucket list, to fly in a helicopter.
I have never been on a helicopter, and I hope I never have to be honest.
Oh no.
I'm claustrophobic too, so
Oh,
there's that.
Well,
Okay.
then get this. I was aboard of a World War II submarine. That thing is
Oh.
claustrophobic.
Jesus Christ. I have trouble breathing when I'm watching movies on submarines. Like Red October, that's physically hard for me to watch because it's on a submarine.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how claustrophobic I am.
The last time, and this was years ago, that I tried to go into a World War II submarine, I couldn't fit through the hatch.
Ha! He didn't have white hair until he starred in Caligula.
Yeah, wasn't that just a few years before this movie?
Caligula was in 79, 80, something like that.
Yeah, it was definitely before the 80s.
Bob Guccione tricked a bunch of legit actors to be in a porn.
Basically.
What?
After they finished all their
Yeah.
scenes, he hired porn actors and actresses to do the orgy scenes and intermix it with the scenes with the legit actors. You had John Gielgud in there. You brought up earlier, what's her name? Helen Mirren.
The things you learn on a Saturday show, guys.
Well,
Malcolm
it's
McDowell.
information. Welcome to the Tangent Twins podcast.
You never
Yeah.
know.
Tangent Twins
You
Oh,
might
boy.
need that information to save your life.
someday.
You know, some terrorist has Trivial Pursuit out, and he's going to
gets
make
out of the helicopter. Say it again.
he's
Continue.
some terrorists might have Trivial Pursuit and demand you answer questions to save your life.
I am born for this moment.
Now, I got to tell you, as he comes out of the helicopter here in this shot, comes out, it's like the first thing I'd say, if I were him, the hell are you guys doing up here? It's like that pilot going through the clouds. Why are there goats on the clouds?
I was driving my van.
Anybody who gets
By
that
the
joke,
river.
I hope. I don't know if anybody got that joke. Why are there goats on the clouds? It's because you're in the mountains.
Yeah.
What are you doing up here? Construction workers, what the hell are you working on up in the air? Oh, wait, I crashed. That movie is so messed up, Boosh. It is so messed up.
Yeah.
I don't like that movie. And I think it deserved the Razzie that it got of being one of the worst films ever made, if not the worst. And I feel bad for every actor that got suckered by Guccione.
Yep, he deserved to legally be gone after because
Oh yeah.
there's a lot of people in those films, and it's just, whew. But I know he made a lot of extra money off that film.
Oh, I'm sure.
And in the 80s, we had Malcolm McDowell. He is a guy who's made a career playing bad guys, but he played one of the greatest good guys of all time when he did Time After Time, where he is H.G. Wells. He's going after
David Warner.
David Warner playing
Jack
the Ripper.
The real guy's name.
Oh.
God damn it.
That has been way too many years. I've slept since then.
The remake of that thing as a series was terrible, by the way.
God
Oh,
damn,
yeah.
Tim.
1979. David Stevenson. He was the writer. I'm trying to find it. David Warner. Time After Time. Because he plays the part of a famous writer.
Mm-hmm.
John Leslie Stevenson. That was it.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Robert Louis Stevenson.
No, John Leslie Stevenson.
I was gonna say that they lived in different eras.
Yeah, it's a good
film
movie.
from Nicholas Meyer.
Yeah.
Nicholas Meyer, that's right. Nicholas Meyer, who also wrote The 7% Solution, which was considered an accepted story within the
Sherlock Holmes.
of Sherlock Holmes.
He also wrote the Khan Nooney and Singh miniseries that Kurtzman's attempting to do something with.
God kills so many great directors and producers, and yet Kurtzman's still walking around.
Yeah.
Fun fact about Caligula, you know what that name actually means? It stands for Little Boot.
Little Boot.
He's named after a shoe. Of course he's
Oh,
crazy.
jeez.
That may explain
Wow.
his anger to the living.
Right?
Little Dust Boot.
Little Dust Boot, you know what I'm... Beach Boys song.
Boot or sandal, I can't remember, but when I found that out in Latin, I was like, this is crazy. My Latin teacher loved facts
Kenny
like that.
Clark, man, I swear to God, so many guys had crushed on her back in the 80s. She was just so pretty. And her voice.
Yeah.
And she always played characters that are a little kind of ditzy. Smart,
Yeah,
but ditzy.
I don't know, I
love
think
her
she's kind
character.
of plain. I don't think she's that pretty.
Oh, we liked her a lot.
You like every female actress.
Not true. I've never
Yes,
liked
so
Marina
many.
Sirtis.
You had so many crushes.
I had
No,
crushes
okay,
on
that
really
was
good
different.
actresses.
Well,
So this is difficult.
I had a crush on Marina Sirtis. I even met her twice.
I met her
3
too.
times, really.
I met her
Thrice.
and Madgel Barrett at the same time. And
Oh,
I didn't
lucky
I didn't
dude.
even talk to Marina. I didn't even talk to her. I didn't care. I wanted to talk to Madgel because she's awesome. I wanted to tell her what an impact her husband had on me.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when came over the radio. I was at work on the road, heading from Vacaville to the Bay in California, driving when it was announced he was dead, and I had to pull over. I got so upset.
Yeah.
I won an award for my obituary of Roddenberry.
Wow, really?
Wait,
Yeah.
I didn't catch the first part.
I won an award when I was at State Fair getting my journalism Agree. For writing the obituary for
Gene?
brain fart. Yeah, Gene Roddenberry.
Man,
You
you
wrote
should
the actual
watch-
obituary for him?
Well, for our school paper, yeah.
Oh, well, that's still good.
You should post that.
Yeah.
Yeah, hang on.
Hold on a second. I just saw something I wanted to share again. Tim says, I have been to 221B Baker Street in London.
Really?
I have been there as well before it became the museum. It was one of those places I wanted to go by and see if it was real. Now, this is an incorrect thing. That is not how the sighting system works. They show later how the sighting system works on an actual military DoD video, that the tracking follows the eyes, the weapon tracking, and the helmet controls the helicopter. But still, freaking cool that they put this in there.
Oh yeah.
See, with a copter like this, you need to check out all of the illegal activity at the Playboy Mansion on a nightly basis.
Make sure they're not breaking any crimes or laws.
Hey, that grotto looks suspicious.
Someone better check the pH level.
I think we better. What's he got in his mouth again? Oh, sorry.
I'll have to dig the actual article out. I thought I had it with the award, but I didn't. But
Oh wait, let me. Slowly up. Boom. Nice.
Wow.
Awesome, man.
Hey, it doesn't say to that Wolfen.
no, it says at the time I was using a nom de plume. I was Johann Schmidt, not John Schmidt.
Johann?
Yeah.
Jeez.
That's a very Austrian name.
Yeah, I was trying to do the whole foreign mystique thing around my articles.
Well, that worked. I would have bought it.
No, that was fall of '91 when I won that.
Man, Bush. That's mean.
That's the name of the college. It's right next to the state fair. That's why they call it state.
Don't
State
let
Fair
him
Community
trigger
College.
you. Don't let him trigger you.
He's just playing games.
Okay.
I guess he wants to hear a certain sentence from me, but I'm not giving it to him.
Oh, come on, you have to.
I know he likes it. I know he's working towards it, but he hasn't earned it yet.
Uh-oh.
I got my college diploma from my roommate.
Oh, you stole his college diploma again.
When you went to fake college or what?
Yeah.
He didn't steal. He appropriated it because it was not being used at that moment.
He repossessed it.
How what's the acronym? Strategically. Oh no, I can't remember.
I love this sushi scene where he's like trying to order sex.
He is so creepy, spying on them like that.
And
What?
he's looking at
Oh,
her boobs.
yeah.
He's like, oh, I want them.
What's up, though, about?
Which makes him so tragic a character because, of course, Jaffo gets killed.
In a very, very ugly way.
Bye. Bye.
Nice rat.
Mhm. I like
Sweet
now
as
mustard. I like a little mustard. You got any of that potted meat? You got any potted meat? He grunts. Potted meat. That's addiction to mustard.
What is this show devoted
Who's
into?
grunting now, huh?
Tangent Twins! Welcome to the show.
Team Venture. And of course, this is one of the big F-ups too here. Jaffo makes a huge mistake by using a military alphabetic acronym instead of using the police one. He uses Bravo when he should have used Boy.
Why are they different though?
They just are. There was a decision that was made. It was a
sense.
decision that was made to differentiate for possible crossover of radio that you would be able to detect which one's which by the alphabet that they use.
Okay.
Because Army, uses Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, whereas police go Adam, Boy, Charlie, David. They still, like I said, there are crossovers. Charlie's one of them.
Sorry, Charlie.
Oh man, I imagine if they do this movie today, they will control all the system with their mobile phones. Oh, there's an app for using.
Now, do you guys know what the two are? Because I said one of them. That's shared.
Mike. It used to be Mike anyway.
Mike was changed. Mama is what we use in the Army. Since at least I was in, but they may have changed it. Mike, I'm going to go check. Yeah, nope, they switched it to Mike. So it's Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, Echo, Foxtrot, Golf, Hotel, India, Juliet, Kilo, Lima, Mike, November, Oscar, Papa, Quebec, or as we pronounce it in the military, Quebec, Romeo, Sierra, Tango, Uniform, Victor, Whiskey, and then X-Ray. And in the military, they use Zulu, whereas civilians use Zebra. So they have three shared phonetic words.
What's why?
What? Yankee.
We're not doing that stuff.
Yankee. That's
Yankee.
right. Yeah.
And for civilian, it's young.
Civilian. Yeah.
Is young.
Young.
For a moment there, I thought you were asking to solve for why. We're not doing that advanced math here. Okay,
no.
We're just not going to do it.
I would assume that Air Force uses the same phonetics because they came from the Army. They were the tumor that got removed.
Oh, snap. Oh, no.
I don't know what's wrong with me.
Yeah.
You know what? That was statements made that are of an unfortunate nature.
Or not those Pop Culture Minefield.
Where's that dump button?
Yeah, that's it. We're being cancelled. It was nice to do this while it lasted.
Holy shit. Malcolm McDowell looks like Michael Shannon right there.
Yep.
Yeah, he does.
Although a much better actor and a person that has a better attitude.
Ouch.
Indeed.
Really?
I don't like Michael Shannon.
Really? I didn't notice.
Yeah.
Yeah, Michael Shannon's insane.
Did he?
He made a comedy, dude. He made the single most unfunny comedy ever about Bigfoot. And it was just, he's so horrifying in it. And he's supposed to be funny. And he's just horrifying.
Wow.
Yeah, Animo's enjoying that about Adam 12 because, first of all, they use a real dispatcher on the show.
That's cool.
And they use real police codes. And when you hear the radio chatter on the show Adam 12, it's all real. It's exactly how it goes.
See, that's one I'm not forgetting that you introduced me to because we actually watched a couple of episodes and not just one.
And we watched 6 episodes so far.
Something like that, yeah. We need to get back
the first
to that.
6 episodes.
I really love it.
And I told her, I said, the problem with the first 2 seasons is
they are scrambled up.
they shot them in order, but released them out of order. So it gets kind of weird because Jim Reed is a rookie training. He's a boot, and sometimes he's been there for a while, and then sometimes we go back and it's like been here for a week. It's like it's weird the way they did that. And I have tried to get or find the shooting order of the show so I can on my computer rearrange them and put them in the right order. So I would love to do that.
Yeah, you did a good job of that, actually.
Well, with those 2 episodes, yeah.
We got one that was completely out of order. It was like mid-season, and it was the second one we watched. But that
It was
was
the second episode of the season. It was clearly closer to the mid to the end of the season.
He's calling him partner already. He wouldn't do that in the second episode.
This guy looks so slimy, the guy on the left. That greasy hair.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry. I got distracted by something called Mexican Impossible Cake.
The what?
What?
Or Choco Flan.
You still lost me.
It's this cake. What they do is they make flan, and then they put a layer of cake batter over, and when it bakes, it flips because the cake and flan switch places.
I like this one. Okay, Tim just sent me the list. The Falcon Code appendix. Falcon Code. Falcon has a specific meaning in the Army. We use the term, it's Bravo Foxtrot or Blue Falcon, means buddy fucker. It's somebody who's a real piece of shit. You don't like him. Yeah, that guy's a fucking Blue Falcon. And everybody avoids him. But this is different at the Falcon Code. Usage typically via voice radio, e.g. Falcon 115. Falcon 115 number 1 means shit. 10 means shit hot. 100 means if Cag saw that, he'd shit. 101 means you got to be shitting me. 102 means get off my
For a moment,
back.
I thought it was a serious list.
This is a real list they use.
What?
This is one they use. This is a list of numbers. These are numbers. The Falcon Code. If this number is given to you, 102, it means get off my fucking back. If they give you the code 103, it means beat the shit out of me. 104 means what the WTFO. 105, it's so fucking bad, I can't believe it. 106 means I hate this fucking place. There's a whole bunch of them, dude. It's a huge long list. Wow. Like once you get to 3,000, like if you give the 3,000 code, hay for my horses, whiskey for my crew, and plate of flies for my toad. It just sounds dumb.
Gives me meaning to the Blue Falcon and Dynamite.
Yeah, Blue Falcon. Yeah, Blue Falcon in the Army has that specific meaning, man.
Curious thing, if there's just one special helicopter, why is number 02?
First one crashed. Well, hey, I guess Blue Falcon's better than Blue Waffle.
Yeah.
Anything's better than a Blue Waffle.
You're stealing my joke. That's okay.
Tim, we kind of are sometimes talking about the movie. Sometimes.
If you really pay attention, you can see us every now and then saying something.
You can catch us talking about it. Yeah, every now and then.
I thought you were talking about, no, we were talking about something from the military.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh.
And of course, what they're using in here is 1-inch videotape, which was the standard for major broadcast television at the time. It's the closest we had to HD.
Okay.
Back in the 70s, 80s.
It was 480p, I think.
Yeah. It was higher than SD. That's all I know.
Yeah. Oh, lovely. I got a nice long line of storms coming in.
And you know, watching this movie, well, even though we're just watching the slideshow, it makes me want to watch 52 Card Pickup. That's a good movie.
Yeah.
It's him, Roy Scheider, and Anne Margaret. Good film. But you know what movie? If it'll be too late for tonight, Anima's. It's going to be close to Anima's bedtime when we end the show tonight.
Well, it's midnight right now.
Yeah, but I will really want to show her the movie, either The Package with Gene Hackman and Tommy Lee Jones, or the other one he did, Target, with Matt Dillon. You remember that one? Where you find out that this guy that owns he owns a local Lowe's type store, you know, hardware store. And he just looks like the most benign, boring person in the world. Something happens and his wife gets kidnapped. And the son is all freaked out about it because he's discovering that mom's been kidnapped, and that the reason she's been kidnapped is because my dad is a sleeper agent that's been turned off for years, just living his life, retired, you know, and he's got to go back into action. And he finds a whole different side of his boring dad. I love that movie. You know, it's a father-son film. Really, it is. It's about the son learning who his dad really is. Never seen that, have you?
No.
I don't know if I ever have.
I've heard the
What's the
premise
name again?
before, but I don't think I've seen the movie.
Hello, Penny.
Yeah, Penny was here a little earlier. She's
Yeah.
back again.
Yeah.
So, how many in the chat have actually seen the packet? Oh,
Thank you, Bush.
what I meant to say. How many in the chat have actually seen the movie, The Package? Wow. Wow. Oh, wow. Got a little ahead of myself.
It's one of our favorite movies too, Tim Pringle.
That's why we're covering it. Because it's
I said the
we
name
only
right.
do-
It is. It's Target with
Huh?
Gene Hackman and Matt Dillon.
I was gonna say
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
but yeah, I actually want to. This actually makes me want to watch Sequest again.
Sequest is a good show. You
Gene
know,
Scheider-
I just
I
Go ahead.
mean, just Roy Scheider is just really good. And
Yeah.
when you see him, you immediately think of other things with him.
I actually watched a couple of episodes of Sequest when I was with my dad on tour in New York, and I had to spend some time in my room, like just kill time where he was in
Here's the movie.
rehearsal. So of course, I was watching TV. So I watched Sequest, and I was like, "Holy cow, that is Star Trek underwater." That was so cool.
Here's
that's
the movie,
pretty
guys.
good. Yeah.
I really liked it.
Oh, I remember
We didn't
that.
have TV at home, so
Yeah.
He's a boring guy that runs his, little hardware store, and his son just thinks very little of him. And then all of a sudden, he finds out his dad is more than he appears to be, and so he's torn between the hatred of his dad because he blames his dad for his mother being kidnapped, but at the same time, she was well aware of it and she accepted it. So what are you going to do, right?
So basically, it's a kid finding out that Jason Bourne is his father. That's
Yeah, it was really what it is. It's a good film. I like the movie. I have it on my computer.
Tangent Squad.
Tangent Squad.
Where?
Hey.
Where?
Is that Jaffo?
Yeah, for a little while more.
This guy made a career playing bad guys,
Oh yeah.
Yep.
He was good at it.
and that's where Jaffo gets killed, isn't it?
Yeah.
yeah, I think so.
Run over.
Maybe Max. I liked his character so much.
The perv.
So we've got Tim Tinkles joined us. I say, Tree Rock Creations is here. Peter Vinkman's fan side is here. Vinkman's girl. And I've got everybody else good. All right.
I like Sequest because its backstory is really dystopian.
Yeah. Well, it was a takeoff of really Sequest was really a modern day, quote unquote, at that time, take of Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea.
Exactly.
It dealt
Very
with some of the
same.
same things.
Exactly.
You got to remember that Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea actually took place in the 1980s.
Yeah.
And so there's this whole backstory of what had happened and why everything was the way that it was. And I think what Spielberg wanted for his show is he just wanted his own version of that show, basically.
Yeah.
And then they made sure in the first season to have a post-credit tie-in to Dr. Bob Ballard, who would give some facts about the sea that kind of gave an educational bent.
What do you think of my hair on Roy Scheider here?
It could work out.
And of course, Bob Ballard, of course, is famous for the Titanic.
Yep. That was the other thing, you know. The police.
Don't stand so. Don't stand so close to me. Oh, different police. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And here he comes.
I love that Rolling Stone story where someone said the police are at the door and they started flushing drugs down the toilet.
Oh my God, yeah.
And it was
hilarious.
just the band police at the door. Wanting to hang out with the Stones.
No, that's a funny story. I think as far as that band is concerned, I don't think Keith after a while needed drugs. You know.
No.
I think after a while he just thought about being altered, and he was.
Can't even spell my damn name.
No,
I'm on my phone in chat. Fuck you.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
I'm using my
sweet
phone to chat on YouTube, and it's 1 a.m. So Jesus Christ, cut me some slack.
That's what I like about you guys. It's this loving and honest relationship.
The sweet tenderness.
Yeah.
Right?
You're so gentle together, you know. It's just...
I'm taking notes.
You shouldn't.
I know. I'm the worst. I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
He's listening to that
I can't
recording from
wait.
Jaffo. I love that.
Can't
It's
wait
so
to
sad
go
that
there and actually be there with Gary doing a show. This is going to be so much fun. Us in the same room.
Hello, police. I think she's gonna kill him this time.
if you guys didn't understand what was going on in that previous scene, he was listening to the recording that Jaffo left him. And it's really sad because we know Jaffo's dead. And in the recording, he says, I finally found out what Jaffo means. And I thought that was great.
Just another fantastic observer.
Yeah. Exactly.
Dial 1-900-Mix-a-Lot. Kick those nasty nuts.
Let's make a test run. Hey, Harry.
Harry.
No, he doesn't respond to that.
Yeah, I wouldn't know to.
Look, he sent in the package.
I know. He's got a package to deliver.
I think I'm gonna speed this up because
It's Candy Clark, everybody. She's about to get the package.
Special delivery.
Yep. In the auto cinema, no less.
I'd buy that for $1.
So, what do you say? Should I move this a little forward?
We got what?
Like 14 minutes.
He
In the
said,
show.
F the police.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We'll go over a little.
Okay.
It's Candy Clark in the car. Getting the package.
Hey Gary, I just sent you a meme on your Twitter. Your personal Twitter.
He sent the package.
The Wrath of Madeline Kahn.
That's funny. Have her digging in the trash for the package.
And to that I say taffeta. Only a true fan of Madeline Kahn will know what I just fucking said. What it means.
She's tired. Tired of being. Okay, I won't do that.
Yeah. So tired.
Yes.
Roles where I feel he was miscast was as Loomis in the Halloween remake.
Yeah.
She found it, everybody. She found his package.
She caught it. And he wrapped it, which was nice.
That is nice.
I didn't know LA hired Cheech and Chong.
You should always wrap your package.
I don't know. I got the silly impression we're talking about different things here.
What? We've entered that time of the year where you're beginning to think about, the happy times, the jolly, the tree. You should always wrap your package.
No. We're not doing Christmas. Okay. You don't talk about Christmas until after Halloween. Okay.
Thank you, Tom.
Christmas
Thank you.
anytime I want.
No. Not till after Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
That's right.
Thanks, guys. And that's
But
early enough.
you-
I mean,
I will tolerate it. Zoe knows this. Zoe was, oh my God, she would push the envelope with me. Like, I would tell her she was not allowed to start putting the tree up until we had cleaned up after Thanksgiving dinner. And she would push and push and push her. Come on, let me do it while we still had food on the table. No. Finally, the last one, when she was about 14, I let her do it.
dude, over here we put the tree up like the day before Christmas.
That's how it was when I was a kid.
Yeah.
You had all the other Christmas stuff up, but the tree didn't go up until just before Christmas.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm that way, though, about Halloween, though. I think you should wait at least another week before you get your Halloween crap out. That's all I got to say about that.
Well, we don't do Halloween over here, so I can't.
Don't say that to Zoe.
Another week. At least another week.
The house across
Personally-
the street from me had their Halloween stuff up like 2 weeks ago.
Then I can go ahead and put Christmas stuff up. Screw 'em.
Me too. I can't stand Christmas music before a season.
I can't stand Christmas music, period.
I like some of it.
It's
Certain
beginning
ones.
to look a
I like
lot
the
like tension.
older hymns. Classic stuff that you would have listened
Yeah, but
to.
the
when you were younger.
commercial stuff is just
I
so
would
bad. Like,
I would be the black sheep then because I love Christmas movie all year around. Instead, when I'm highly stressed, I start to sing Christmas
Here it
songs.
is
That's
again,
right.
Anima. That's the LA
Yeah.
Basin. They're using it again.
yeah,
Hey, the LA Basin. Look, if you look just hard enough, you can see right there. See? Buckaroo
There's
Banzai and the Hong Kong Cavaliers.
The first major film I remember shooting in the basin was Them, with James Arness.
was
Oh.
that the first one? Huh. I've seen it in a couple of movies now.
Oh, it's in a lot.
Yeah.
Buckaroo Banzai, in particular, was used. Part of it was used in the movie Escape from New York.
If you will
Terminator
look,
Same
Scene Judgment
background.
Day.
Yeah.
That's right, the whole chase scene.
yeah. If you and they landed the space shuttle on a in the Los Angeles Basin in a
When?
movie. In a movie.
Oh,
Trying to remember what movie it was, but
Debbie Does Space.
no.
Oh, okay.
If you look in the private chat, you will see my Christmas playlist.
Debbie Does Christmas.
My God.
I actually got the movie back when it came out. I was in the Army. And I'm like, I can't believe this is real. It's called Debbie Does Dishes. It's a real movie.
Oh,
It had Nina Hartley
Hi.
in it. You remember
Hi,
Nina
I'm
Hartley?
Dishes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Candy
that
Clark.
was the core.
Yeah, I wasn't too keen about that.
That's because it had jets on it.
Yeah, Blue Thunder 2, it had a turbo boost, but it wasn't supersonic, which you cannot do without losing your helix. Your rotor will be flying away from the helicopter if you do that.
Helix. Nothing more than
Helix,
Helix.
not Neelix. Yeah, we have to mention Star Trek now and then. Oh, look at that guy still in Gary's style.
I know. He looked like he was wearing my glasses. And the guy on TV, of course, the reporter from RoboCop.
Yeah.
Which I just got
and Die Hard.
introduced to.
He was also in Die Hard, playing a reporter.
There's another movie with a main character being a cop named Murphy.
Wow.
Yeah, I kind of dropped a bomb on Gary a couple days ago when he watched a miniseries about the making of RoboCop, and I told him I'd never watched the movie. He couldn't believe it, so we went and watched it.
And by the way,
Oh,
Paul
you have never
Salmon.
watched RoboCop?
Paul
I have
Salmon
now.
Paul Salmon, who wrote the making of RoboCop and Blade Runner and all that, is a close friend of mine, and he commented on my post. And I told him, I said, "Yeah, when you popped up on camera the first time, I said, oh, there's my friend." And I made fun of Anima a little bit, even though she didn't do that.
Yeah.
She was so cute. She goes, "Really?" But I use Chris from Family Guy when he goes, "What?"
Yeah, fuck you for that, Gary.
Oh, did you see that?
Yeah, of course I did. Are you kidding me?
That's so funny.
I
Emma
see the
was,
shit you post on
"What?"
Facebook. You tagged me. Of course I saw it. Idiot.
That's only because he loves you so much.
Yeah, I know. He's my jerk.
I'm only mean to people I care about. What was that? What was that last one? Last comment?
Oh yeah, we could share the pictures.
Oh, I
of
agree with you. Look, Tim, dude, Blade Runner community has been up in arms for years because Warner Brothers didn't take care of the spinners from Blade Runner. And it took entrepreneurs going out on their own, finding them. It was on the fucking Universal lot. One of the spinners from the movie was on the Universal lot because it was lent out to Spielberg to shoot back for one of the Back to the Future 2. There's a spinner on the street. And so that was on the Universal lot, and somebody got a hold of it. They repaired it, and that one is now in Seattle, Washington, in that science fiction museum.
Nice.
It's held up by wires.
Yep, I know. I was there.
Cool.
That's a nice museum. If you've never been in Seattle, you should go. Hey,
Well,
look, it's Amy Irving.
That would require me to actually go to Seattle.
Yeah, and look where you step.
Yeah, I'm not going to go to any of those states until they clean their asses up. It's the only thing that I didn't think held up is the visual effects with the planes.
Yeah. They were shot with RC models. But the cockpit is...
Yes, I've seen that one, Spartan. Any interview with him, he looks terrible, by the way, now. Have you seen him in that documentary? His skin is so splotchy red. It's like Peter Weller.
Peter
He
Weller.
looks very unhealthy.
Yeah.
Well, he's a professor now.
Yeah, in Syracuse
What does that have to
University.
do with being healthy?
Oh, I'm
It's
sorry.
something
Oh,
wrong with
okay.
you.
Oh, that
Did I-
comes
did I-
from being a professor.
Did I perform a tangent within a tangent? I didn't know there were rules to this.
But in the new docu-series, RoboDoc, the HD quality is really good, and he looks. But it's so awesome to hear him talk about this stuff. All of them. They got a lot of the cast and crew that are still alive. They have to use archival stuff of Miguel Ferrer.
Yeah.
And who else? Dan O'Herlihy is dead.
Yeah.
We still got Ronnie Cox, man. That guy's been going since the 70s as an actor.
Save yourselves.
Oh yeah.
I didn't
That's
know
3
Ronnie
episodes
Cox
now,
was
right?
still acting.
I don't know if he's retired, but he's alive.
Well,
And
that's
he's
good.
in the documentary.
I tried to find out and watch it, but I couldn't. There's a 3rd episode now, right?
It's 3 episodes, and we'll watch it.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
waiting for the 4th.
I couldn't find it. I wanted to watch the 3rd because I know you watched it already, but I couldn't find it today.
Yeah, you're blocked on F movies because you don't have a VPN.
I can't afford a VPN right now.
Oh wait, what am I so literally and not so figuratively? I will tell you why it is not. Because as much as I love that film, I don't consider it a military film. It is a protest film.
Yeah.
But I do love the film. But it's not military.
Well, The Point Man wasn't really a military film, too. We did that one.
Which one?
The Point Man. And we all hated it.
What was it?
The Point Man. The one that Brian did on his show, and then we covered it 2 weeks later.
Oh, that was terrible.
We hated that one. And it wasn't a military movie at all.
It was disappointment.
It was a hostage situation.
Ooh.
It was a military aspect. Like,
I know. They were holding your attention and time hostage.
that and The Deer Hunter were the 2 hardest movies ever to do. Like, what a chore to watch them.
Yeah, but one was good and one wasn't.
But I will tell you, I want to go back over it. I love the movie MASH because it pretends to be about the Korean War, but it's actually the Vietnam War. The books were the Korean War.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the film is nothing like the books. And in fact,
And the TV show.
author disowned the movie and the TV series both.
Oh, he did.
He disowned both.
Wow.
Okay, here's what Tim was talking about. You being literally.
Well, I lived in Seattle and worked there. I was with King County Ambulance when I was a paramedic.
That's why you were shot at, right? In the ambulance, where your colleague peed on you.
Yeah, it's where we were staging for estranged husband with weapon with his ex-wife and his ex-father-in-law. Shot them both. They survived. And then he went down the street shooting at anything with lights. And there was a fire truck up ahead of us by about 25 feet. And then there was our ambulance with our lights going. And he started pop shooting. And I hit the deck in the ambulance. And I grabbed my partner, pulled her down. And while I'm holding her down and I'm on top of her slightly, I realized it's getting really warm in here.
Oh, Peter, baby.
Oh.
Yep, that's what happened.
Oh, wow.
And I got so angry because I was covered in pee, and it wasn't my own.
You were pissed on.
I was pissed off.
Oh.
But you peed yourself when you got shot at, so
That's
you have
different.
no right to be angry with her.
Because I thought I got shot, and my body just relaxed.
Well, maybe so did she. You don't know that.
But she was terrified, and
You
and
never worked with her again, right?
I had to call for. I asked to never be put with her again because we worked in an area where it could get pretty dangerous. It got hairy. Some of the calls would go on, and the cops were always there. We never showed up to a hairy situation where there wasn't cops.
Yeah. Well, I will say this: getting shot at is a pass for peeing yourself.
I would say so too.
Yeah. I give her a pass for that. I mean,
Yeah, mine wasn't from thinking I was being shot at, because I knew I was being shot at. Mine was because I thought I got hit. Because the guy behind me tackled me.
Wow.
Yeah, and you shouted at him for it.
Yep.
You ungrateful bastard.
Oh my God. So much love.
A lot of love.
And in the documentary of the making of the movie, some company offered them, I think, 50 million rounds of live ammunition.
What?
Yes. The producer said they said exactly the same thing. What? Are you crazy? We're not using live round.
Why would they do that? That's crazy.
Wow.
that's a lot of rounds.
Yeah. This scene is playing cat and mouse with choppers between buildings.
With a lot of casualties.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
This is like the fight between Zod and Superman in Man of Steel.
Or between the Chitauri and the Avengers that we're supposed to magically believe nobody actually got hurt. Yeah.
Yeah. And,
So you were saying that the minigun is made with broomsticks.
yes. They have
That's one way to.
They have
Were they metal, aluminum, or what were they?
I don't remember. In fact, I think they don't give much details. They say most of the time it's broomsticks. When it fires, it's something else.
I'd
I don't know.
assume
If
it's aluminum.
It's a real cannon, or is it what with effects?
Well, they use propane for a lot of that.
Propane products.
I sell propane and propane accessories, and I can't do the voice now because I'm trying to do it. So, But no, the Hollywood guns and stuff, they on like aircraft and stuff, when you see them firing, a lot of times if it's not digital effects, they're firing with propane.
Well, I know one gun in particular I always liked was the Sandman gun in Logan's Run with propane. Got that perfect flame coming out the sides and everything. I love that gun. Now, the only gun I thought he had on his helicopter was 50, so I would not want to be Roy Scheider on the receiving end of a 50.
Well,
here we go. This is where he inverts.
Yes.
This is where he breaks the laws of physics.
You can see how the camera is.
Yes.
Camera's helping it along.
Yeah.
Because even the miniature was having trouble.
Yeah.
It's not meant to be physically.
I do like that, though, that he's trying to follow him and then he shoots him. And then the sun in the background. This is the cowboy riding off in the sunset with that sun setting behind him.
Yeah, after the train just smashed his horse.
Yeah. See it? I just love those shots.
Get that nice shot of the blood just all in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, but at this point, Anima, you'll notice that the blood has a more realistic look to it because they'd figured it out by the early 80s.
They have.
The 70s, they had all kinds of problems with blood and film because they were trying to figure out the right color for the types of chemicals used with the film. Because sometimes it really looked orange.
Yeah, and it always
orange.
Just throws me off.
Not just the color, the thickness.
It's sometimes just everything is off with the blood.
It was sometime in the late 70s, early 80s when they finally figured out Karo syrup and red food dye.
Mm-hmm.
And a hint of Hershey syrup.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's that back in black and white days, that's how they did it was Hershey syrup.
Hershey syrup. That's what Hitchcock used for the shower scene.
Yeah, and so did George Romero for Night of the Living Dead.
I'm not surprised at all. It has that right consistency, thickness.
Yep.
And the problem is, because if you go back and you watch the movie Ransom with Mel Gibson in particular, there's a scene where the person is lying in the alleyway and the cops walk up to him. And you can see the congealed surface of the Karo syrup. It gets that plastic look to it. And if you move it, it wrinkles.
Yeah.
And you can see that in that one scene. It's something that sticks out in my mind with that movie in particular. But then I love this. He destroys the helicopter on the railroad tracks. That's just great.
I hated that. It's such a great helicopter. And he puts it in front of the train. I was like, no, please don't.
Well, this is it is what it is. And then it transitions into video.
Yeah, like Martin said, it's the right thing to do, but still.
Yeah, they were planning to use the helicopter to kill a bunch of innocent people just to justify planned surveillance.
Yeah, but it was such a gorgeous helicopter.
They were going to kill innocent people, Anima. Please.
I know.
This is like explaining to her that she could be a chef if she had wanted to. But she's like, I don't want, she doesn't want to eat meat.
Oh, shut the fuck up, Gary.
You don't have to eat it. You just have to taste it and then spit it out. And she's like, I don't want to put it in my mouth. I'm like, I've heard that before.
Oh my God, why?
I don't know why. I'm sorry.
I don't envy your future family reunions, Anima.
That joke was made so spontaneously. I couldn't imagine me making it before I did it. And then I did it.
I'm doomed, guys. I am doomed.
So
It's time for the alcohol, everybody. Liquor. I don't even know her. I mean,
I did that joke.
Oh my God! I cannot breathe.
And she's gone.
I cannot handle this.
No, that's a setup.
Please save me.
Well, I Oh man!
Did you see it when I broke Nick the other night? And I did the. I came on the show and I looked over to my right, and here's this magazine. It's just sitting here.
Yeah, that was
and
funny.
so when I came up on camera, when he does the greeting with me, and I have the magazine, I went, "Oh, I'm sorry, I was just doing some reading up on." Apparently, I've been doing cream pies all wrong, and I broke him. He just sort of lost it for a minute.
Oh wow! Yeah.
I love comedy.
That's scary. He'll be here all week.
And don't forget to tip your waiter.
And your waitress, but not too far.
Going back to this, yes, it is. I really hated it because Warren Oates was like one in my household with my dad. Growing up, Warren Oates was a god of cinema. My dad loved that guy, and anything with him in there, he wanted to watch it. I remember the film he did just before this one was with Nicholson, called The Border, where they were border patrol agents or officers, and then Jack Nicholson's character discovers that there's corruption, that some of these guys are getting paid off. It's a really good film. If you've never seen it, watch that movie, Jack Nicholson, The Border. It did not fare well in the theater, and it got a negative critical response, undeservedly so. I think it's a much better film than what critics gave it credit for at the time. And we see that all the time. Movies get panned, and then years later, the critics go, "Well, yeah, they had second thoughts about it. It's actually pretty good." Thanks, Roger Ebert, Gene Siskel, for saying Blade Runner wasn't as bad as you thought it was. In fact, it was really good. Dumbasses.
Yep.
Glad they're both dead. No, I'm just kidding. I like Roger. I was friends with him. He's a really nice guy. Although I did poke fun at him once, and he got mad at me. Because we were walking upstairs, the Virginia Theater in Champaign, Illinois, to see the 70-millimeter print of 2001: Space Odyssey during the Cyberfest in '97. And we had gone over to the sub shop, got our sandwiches, and went over to the theater. And as we're walking up the stairs to go to the balcony, as he's going up the stairs, he stumbled in front of me. He's a portly dude. I was not. At that time, I was very svelte. And he stumbled in front of me. And the first thing I noticed when he stumbled was he cradled that goddamn sandwich like it was a foot, protected it. And I giggled. I giggled behind him. I said, and he turned and shot a look at me, and I went, "The sandwich looks like it's in good shape." Saved it.
Wow.
And he got mad at me. He didn't talk to me the rest of the evening.
That's thumbs down on that one.
Yeah, I got a thumbs down from him. My first dialogue was this. Yeah, that was like the second issue, the Close Encounters of the Third Kind, wasn't it?
Something like that.
Because it's got the alien and the ship painting, the painting of the mothership on the cover. I think that was. It seems to me like that was issue 2. Let's see. Different chords. Stu Phillips also did the Knight Rider scores. When you're walking on eggs, don't hop. Yep, that's in the movie. Anything else? I've seen Apaches do barrel rolls in loops, but it's a hell on the airframe and makes they've got a different system. They're designed completely different from most these helicopters, what we're seeing here. They have a sleeker design. They're meant to be aerodynamic, and they also have stronger, what do you call them? Turbines
they have
inside.
Well, they also have rigid blades.
Yeah, that too.
I have never seen them do loops.
I've never seen a barrel roll done by a helicopter ever.
Oh no, yes. Apaches they do that shit.
Do they do it?
Oh yes.
Well, that's a different kind of machine, man, the Apache. I've seen the mothership on display. The mothership was part of the mothership was used for the police headquarters in Blade Runner. The top dome was the base of the mothership in Blade Runner. So, but there we go. Anything else we want to add to this, guys?
I do not. I can think of.
See,
Airwolf
Martin,
is
I told you no reason to get excited or freak out. Look at that. We did the show and went over only by 15 minutes. That's not bad.
No.
Never panic.
Yep.
No point in panicking.
Yeah, stop time's more of a suggestion anyway.
The only bad thing about the show was your joke, Gary.
It was the best and highlight part of the show. You mean? I know your translation, you confuse words, but that's okay. But we want to thank again 6 for her $1.49 super sticker with the rose, and for the super sticker of poop. So thanks again. And let's see what else. Say thanks to all the people who have been here today. Let's see. Let me go through the
We
crowd.
have a good crowd.
Our Muslim uncle is here. Pat S., Andy Morrow, Lady V, Sucks Bulletins, Spartan Flash Sentry, Ariel Bellet, Tree Rock Creations, Tim, Bush McFadden, Vinkman's Girl, Tim Tingle. You got a tingle, Tim? And anybody else? Did I miss anybody? I think I got everybody.
I think not.
I think I got everybody.
We're covered.
Anyway, next week we'll be doing Tom and Jerry. I still expect and hope that Keith will be there because we'll be talking about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, a great film. And again, we're at a new time on Saturdays, 3 o'clock. That way our Friday and Saturday show are at the same time. I like uniformity. It's an OCD thing.
Dave. And Matthew, what is it now? For God's sake, no one's smoking, okay? But nothing! You know what we need around here is an anti-whining ordinance. So just sip your sniffling little lip and all your skinny ass.
And I think we will. We'll, get our snivelly little asses out of here. Thanks a lot, guys. I appreciate everybody being here. Let's see. What is our outro video? What is that?
Wait, I need to say one more thing.
What is it?
Oh.
Fuck you, Bush.
Yes.
There you go. That's what he's been waiting
with
for.
That.
He was
And
waiting for
with
it.
that.
Yeah.
Mom, I'm doing a show.